Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine a world, right, where the most valuable advice comes not from the living, but from the preserved heads of dead advisors, reanimated heads.
Yeah, it's quite a setup.
And then you've got our protagonist, a young girl, seems like just a teenager, but she's being trained from birth, not just in diplomacy, but also as a deadly assassin.
All happening within this really intricate, dangerous royal court of King Oric.
It's a pretty startling image to kick things off, isn't it? This seemingly ordinary kid thrust right into the middle of royal intrigue, ancient prophecies, and, well, some deep genetic secrets.
Definitely. And today we're diving into Orson Scott Card's Wyrms. It's a story that's just incredibly rich with political maneuvering, some really profound philosophical questions too, and a truly unique, sometimes frankly unsettling world. We'll be exploring the journey of patience. She's this young woman and she's burdened by a prophecy, one that could either save humanity or, destroy it. All while she's trying to navigate this incredibly complex web of loyalty and betrayal. It really makes you question our ideas about free will.
You've given us some fascinating source material from Wyrms, and our mission here for this deep dive is really to distill the core insights. Like, who is Patience? What are the forces shaping her world?
Right.
And what are these surprising truths that get revealed about her destiny and even the nature of life itself on her planet, Immaculata?
Exactly. So let's jump in. Let's get immersed in this world of intrigue.
Okay, so our journey starts with Patience. When we first meet her, she's what, 13? But already sharp, incredibly observant.
Preternaturally so, yeah.
Her father is Lord Peace. Now, technically, he's the rightful heptarch that's like the planetary ruler of Immaculata.
Highest authority.
But he serves as a loyal slave, though that word has complex political meaning here to the current King Oric. And Peace raises Patience in this really rigorous way.
Super.
He trains her not just to hate court luxuries and master diplomacy, but also to understand power in its rawest form. Her tutor, Angel, instills this philosophy. A diplomat who is not prepared to kill had better be prepared to die.
Which is intense, especially for a child.
Yeah, it's a brutal lesson, isn't it, straight off the bat?
It absolutely is, and it tells you so much about this world immediately. What's really striking is just how harsh her training is. It's specifically designed to build this, unyielding character.
Right.
She has a cold room, a hard bed, really plain food, and just this relentless schedule of study and physical exercise.
Nothing like the king's own daughters, I imagine.
Oh, completely the opposite. They're pampered, soft, and Patience herself, she observes that a gentle upbringing can lead to poor results, which isn't just her observation. It seems to be a core belief in their society, that you need that adversity to build competence, to build character.
It really makes you wonder what kind of society demands that level of brutal efficiency in training its potential leaders.
Exactly. And the court itself, King Oric's court, is just as unique. I mean, picture the most powerful man on the planet, King Oric.
Yeah.
And he routinely gets his advice not from his living council, but from the preserved, reanimated head of his dead constable, Lady Lethecco.
And this is normal, not some weird secret ritual.
Nope. Standard practice. Almost bureaucratic, in a way.
Wow. What does that tell us about them? Their reverence for history? Or maybe a fear of the future?
It's a truly macabre kind of living history, isn't it? These heads, they're not just preserved, they're kept, horrifyingly alive and able to give counsel.
Oh.
They're maintained in these canisters using specialized parasites. The book calls them headworms and ghouls.
Okay, creepy.
Very. But it underlines how much this society values historical knowledge, historical experience. So much so, they literally bridge life and death for political wisdom.
So they believe the past can actually speak.
And maybe more importantly, that its advice is more reliable than living people, who might have their own ambitions, right?
Right. Less likely to be deceitful, I guess. It's chilling, but kind of ingenious politically.
Yeah, it is.
So into this already complex, dangerous world walks Prince Preceptor of Thessaly. He's 16, arise to sort out a marriage treaty. And what's really striking is that Patience, who everyone sees as just a slave's daughter, she gets chosen as the interpreter.
Yeah, that's a huge moment.
That decision feels loaded with danger, doesn't it? Why would Oric put her in that position?
You've nailed it. That's a critical point. Patience has this incredibly sharp political mind, and she instantly figures out what's really going on with the marriage talks, Oric's hidden motives.
She sees through it.
She does.
Yeah.
She realizes, and this is a quote, "No circumstance Patience could think of where anything would be helped by using her as interpreter." It's not just about language skills.
Uh-huh.
She's being put right in the crosshairs of royal power. She's a pawn in a much bigger game than she maybe first understood, and she sees the trap even before it fully springs.
And this is where that unique, harsh training really kicks in, right? Because Patience, in this moment of, like, diplomatic genius, uses her skills to question Lady Letheco's reanimated head. She says, part of the training of a diplomat is to get more answers than you think you will need.
She's not just translating passively, she's actively extracting intelligence.
Yeah. And what she gets is, well, it's world-changing for her.
Absolutely chilling answers. Lady Letheco, this ancient advisor head, reveals a prophecy. Patience is the seventh daughter.
Whoa.
Yeah, the 343rd heptarch since the original starship captain landed. And she's destined to bring someone called Kristos. Kristos. And she will either save the world or destroy it.
Okay, no pressure then.
Right. It completely changes everything for her.
Yeah.
She's not just a skilled diplomat anymore. She's suddenly this figure of huge cosmic importance.
Burdened with this destiny that's way beyond politics. Her whole life, the fate of humanity, it's all thrown into question.
Totally.
And this revelation, this prophecy, it lights a fire under Prince Preceptor, the visiting prince.
He hears this and thinks.
He's convinced Patience is the mother of God from this prophecy. And he subtly, like treasonously, offers her an army to claim the throne.
Wow. That's bold.
Is it just an offer of power?
Yeah.
Or is it a test? Or manipulation? It's a deadly situation for Patience. How does she even begin to handle that?
You've put your finger right on the impossibility of it. She was completely trapped. Utterly.
Oh, so?
Well, she can't translate Preceptor's treasonous offer to King Oric's daughter, Lyra, who's also there, without basically admitting she heard treason and didn't stop it. That implicates her.
Right.
But if she omits it or changes it, well, Oric has hidden listeners. They're always monitoring when the heads are active. They know she was hiding something, know she was complicit.
So either way, she's done for.
It's a high-stakes, no-win scenario. It demands something extreme, almost unthinkable. And this is where that brutal upbringing, that lesson about diplomats needing to be ready to kill or die, it comes right back into play. Survival demands ruthlessness.
And her solution is unthinkable. What she does is, it's drastic, almost unbelievable. She fakes her own suicide.
Right there in the meeting.
Yeah. She cuts her own throat with a hidden loop she carries.
It's shocking.
It's this incredible display that just screams perfect, absolute loyalty to King Oric because she'd rather die than translate treason, but secretly.
Secretly, it silences Preceptor. He can't repeat the offer.
Exactly. She knew, as she says later, I wouldn't die. It was the only way to silence him. It's not just a plot twist. It's this brilliant example of how, in these high-stakes games, loyalty and self-preservation can be the same move.
Absolutely. A masterstroke of politics and, well, self-preservation. She shows incredible command of strategy and her own body.
So King Oric must see this, right?
Right.
He must realize how valuable she is.
He does. He recognizes her unique abilities, her profound, almost terrifying value. But he tests her loyalty even further by accusing her of treason anyway.
Even after that, seriously.
Yep. And her response is just as unwavering. She says, if I can best serve my heptarch by dying through legal process, I'll confess to that or any other crime.
Wow. That's dedication.
But it's not just sucking up. It highlights her deep commitment to that principle. The king's house is all the world. That thing her father taught her.
So for her, it's bigger than just Oric.
Exactly. The king's house isn't just the current king. It's the whole system, the stability, the future of Immaculata. Her sacrifice, real or faked, is for that larger idea, not just for one ruler.
Okay. So after this incredibly harrowing trial where she basically fakes her death to prove loyalty,
Right.
we start learning more about her father, Lord Peace, and his secrets. He always preached, the king's house is all the world. Was that genuine loyalty, or was it a mask?
Good question.
When he dies, Patience finds his last message.
Yeah.
It's coded, but it reaffirms that same maxim. It seems like it's meant to keep up the appearance of loyalty to Oric. But for Patience, she interprets it differently, as a call for universal magnanimity. And then, from his dying body, she pulls out the scepter of the heptarchs of Immaculata. It's this tiny crystal globe hidden in his shoulder. What's going on there?
That's precisely the layer the story peels back. Lord Peace's message, yeah, it looked like loyalty, but for Patience, it truly becomes this directive for universal magnanimity, like selfless leadership for everyone, not just the elite.
Okay.
And the deeper truth is just startling. Turns out he was genetically altered. undaughtered, the book says, by this group called the Wise, modified so he could only have sons.
What? But why?
To prevent the prophecy, maybe. But his tutor, Angel, the same one who taught patience, managed to reverse it somehow. Ensured patience was born, ensuring the prophecy could be fulfilled.
So Peace's whole life
Was a carefully planned sacrifice, a deep commitment to a destiny he foresaw for the king's house, meaning humanity, maybe even the whole planet. He sacrificed everything, even his own lineage, for this greater prophesied purpose.
That's a lot. A heavy legacy. Now, there's another big mystery here. This cranning call. What exactly is that? And who are the Wise who fall victim to it?
Right, the cranning call. It's described as this irresistible, pervasive urge, almost primal. It compels all the Wise. These are men and women defined by true understanding, higher intellect.
The best and brightest, basically.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
It compels them to just abandon human society and travel to this specific place called cranning.
They just leave everything.
Everything. It's not a suggestion. It's described as an overwhelming, gnawing hunger that they just can't deny. Even Lord Peace struggled against it. He realized it was more urgent than anything the headworms could do to them.
And the headworms have constant mental influence.
Exactly. So that tells you how powerful this call is. It really foreshadows the huge, almost cosmic force Patience is going to have to confront. A force that doesn't just sway minds, it fundamentally changes destinies.
Okay, so her father's gone, the prophecy's hanging over her, there's this weird call. Patience needs to get out of King's Hill.
She does. She escapes disguised as a boy, and she starts gathering this, well, truly motley crew of companions.
Who joins her?
Their Skin, a very pragmatic, tough river woman, no nonsense there.
Okay.
Then Reck and Ruin, their powerful twin brothers, and their co-kings of the geblings.
Geblings, what are they?
We'll get to them. And then there's Will. He's this giant human, a former slave, and he's also a vigilant, someone who deeply believes in the coming of this Kristos figure Patience is tied to.
Wow, that's a really unlikely alliance. Different species, different beliefs.
And this diverse group is crucial because it leads them and us to understand Immaculata's truly unique biology. We get introduced properly to the planet's native species.
Like the Geblings.
Right. Geblings are furry, they're telepathic, and incredibly strong. Then there are Dwelfs, they're small, almost frantic collectors of information. And Gaunts, who are described as ethereal, very empathetic beings.
Okay, so not your standard alien races.
Not at all. And at the house of a Dwelf scholar named Heffigy, they discover something amazing about Immaculata's biology. The native species here don't just adapt around Earth species that were introduced long ago. They actually imitate and improve on them. They incorporate Earth genes directly into their own vastly larger genetic molecule.
Whoa, hold on. So they absorb Earth DNA and make it better.
Essentially, yes. It's not just evolution as we'd think of it. It's like this profound, maybe even intentional absorption and enhancement of life. Imagine a planet where life is constantly re-engineering itself, building on every genetic blueprint it finds.
That totally changes how you think about native species. It's mind-bending.
It really is. And Heffigy then drops another bombshell. He identifies the mysterious force behind everything, the one driving the cranning call.
Who is it?
Unwyrm is the brother of Geblings, Gaunts, and Dwelfs, and the son of the starship captain's possessor.
Unwyrm possessor. What does that mean?
It means he's the last of these ancient beings called Wyrms. His mother apparently once had the whole world, and now Unwyrm wants it back.
So this isn't just political anymore. It's a battle for the whole planet against this ancient, maybe godlike being.
Exactly. That's the scale of it now. And remember, Will, the giant human companion.
Yeah, the vigilant.
Turns out he's one of the Wise. But, incredibly, he resisted the cranning call. Through sheer force of will, apparently, he stood his ground against those overwhelming urges, enduring immense pain.
Wow.
His insight is profound and it's critical for Patience, he tells her. Unwyrm can only force your passion, not your will.
Passion versus will, okay.
That distinction becomes absolutely crucial for Patience's final confrontation. The difference between primal desire, instinct, passion, and conscious, deliberate choice, will.
That's a powerful idea. Meanwhile, Angel, her old tutor, is back in the picture.
He is, and he urges Patience to implant that scepter, the tiny crystal globe from her father, which is also called the Mind Stone, into her brain.
Into her brain. Seriously.
Yes, it's an ancient organic crystal, originally taken from a Gebling king. It promises enhanced mental abilities, access to memories, but it also carries a huge risk of madness.
Sounds like a classic Faustian bargain, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Power at a terrible cost.
It is, but she needs it to truly understand the full stakes. And the Mind Stone's effect is transformative.
How so?
Patience gains access to ancestral memories, not just human ones, but gebling memories, maybe even Wyrm memories. She experiences things like being mother and daughter, hearing the conversation from both sides.
Whoa.
And through this, she finally understands Unwyrm's true, terrifying plan for her.
Which isn't just to make her queen or something.
No. It's far worse. He wants her to be the mother of his changeling children, a new master race that will replace humanity, basically absorbing its genetic essence into this new dominant form.
That completely redefines the prophecy again.
Uh?
Bring Kristos takes on a horrifying meaning.
Exactly. And then comes another devastating blow for Patience.
Oh no, what now?
She realizes that Angel, her lifelong tutor, her confidant, has been working for Unwyrm all along. He orchestrated her birth, her training, her entire journey towards Cranning.
No. The whole time?
The whole time. This isn't just a plot twist, it's a profound betrayal. The person who shaped her was secretly guiding her towards this horrifying destiny.
That's heartbreaking. How could he?
It completely redefines their relationship. It shows just how deep Unwyrm's insidious control goes. What's really fascinating and tragic is the nature of Angel's love for Patience.
He loved her.
The book suggests it becomes genuine after Unwyrm's direct influence leaves him later, but his actions, the ones that led her there, were absolutely driven by the Cranning call.
So he was compelled.
Which highlights how insidious Unwyrm's control is. It can twist even deep affection into a tool. It makes you question, can genuine feelings even grow from such deception? And can you forgive someone whose actions were harmful, but maybe not entirely their own choice?
Deep questions. So the truth is out. Angel's betrayal, Unwyrm's plan. The danger must be off the charts now.
Absolutely. They make the final perilous journey to Unwyrm's lair. It's an ice cave high up on Cranning Mountain. And as they get closer, the Cranning call intensifies for Patience into this unbearable physical hunger.
This is it then, the final showdown. Not just for power, but for the soul of the planet.
Exactly. And the climax isn't just physical fighting, it's deeply internal for Patience. A struggle for her identity, her free will.
Against Unwyrm's power.
Yeah. Unwyrm is this ancient, segmented creature, and he projects immense mental and emotional control. Patience's internal battle is key. Unwyrm tries to overwhelm her will with pleasure, with desire, targeting her core identity, her choices.
It's that test again.
Yeah.
Passion versus will.
Precisely. Can her conscience will stand up against this primal force that wants to define her entire being?
But she's not alone, right? Her companions are there.
They are, and it becomes this collective sacrifice, really showing the strength of the bonds she's built. Patience creates a distraction by offering herself to Unwyrm.
Risky move.
Hugely. But it gives her friends Will, Reck, Ruin, Skenawindo. They fight Unwyrm's mental attacks and physical defenses, and then in this desperate moment, Reck, the Gebling king, guided by his twin brother Ruin's telepathy, pinpointing a vulnerability, he shoots Patience. In the thigh.
He shoots her. Why?
To break Unwyrm's seductive mental hold on her, the shock, the pain, snaps her out of it.
Wow.
And then Patience, using Angel's knife, a tool from her original training, she kills Unwyrm. She prevents the birth of those changeling children, stops his ancient plan.
And the geblings react.
Massively. In that moment, the unified cry of 10 million geblings echoes through Cranning Mountain. Kill Unwyrm.
Incredible.
It signifies so much more than just killing a monster. It's the triumph of collective will, of individual choice over this overwhelming ancient compulsion. It's about agency, conscious decision, even against impossible odds. It's everything Patience learned, put into action.
So what happens after, in the aftermath?
Well, Patience, now with the Mind Stone fully integrated into her consciousness, she embodies this completely new kind of leadership, a true Kristos, perhaps.
How is she seen?
The geblings recognize her as Mother Wyrm. King Oric's human army sees her as Kristos. She and Will, who becomes her consort, effectively unite the human and gebling worlds.
And Reck, the gebling who shot her.
He was also transformed by contact with a Mind Stone. He provides silent counsel to Patience, representing this new kind of integrated, perhaps nonverbal wisdom.
So what does this new order mean for the planet, Immaculata?
If you connect it to the bigger picture, it's a huge shift. It's a fusion, really, of human and gebling understanding, guided by this integrated wisdom that embraces multiple perspectives. Human, gebling, even the ancient Wyrm knowledge from the Mind Stone.
It's a whole new definition of power.
Exactly, based on magnanimity, understanding, empathy. Not just conquest or genetic superiority like Unwyrm wanted. Patience, by embracing all these different aspects, becomes a leader who goes beyond racial divides. She embodies this potential for truly unified, empathetic governance.
It suggests real leadership isn't about imposing your will, but about understanding and integrating the wills of everyone.
Precisely.
So wrapping this up, what does it all mean? We followed Patience, who started as this folded paper shaped by everyone else's plans and prophecies, and saw her find her true self in this epic struggle. She ended up redefining leadership, what it means to be human, maybe even post-human.
Yeah.
Her journey really seems to emphasize that our greatest strength isn't just our skills, like our diplomacy or fighting, but our capacity for conscious choice, choosing our own path, even when desires or genetics or prophecies are pushing us hard in one direction.
It's a powerful story about agency, and it really forces us, the readers, to question things, the nature of intelligence, of identity, the choices we make when faced with forces that feel irresistible.
Yeah.
That idea we'll mention, that our will makes one defining choice between good and evil, and our lives are just acting that choice out. That's a powerful, maybe unsettling thought.
It is.
And Patience's transformation, integrating human and Wyrm memories, suggests true leadership might require understanding all perspectives, even your deepest enemies, and letting that huge understanding guide your choices. It's about consciously choosing who you are, despite all the forces trying to define you.
Right near the end, after everything, Patience asks Angel, "Am I good?" It's such a simple human question after all that cosmic stuff.
It is.
And Will, her consort, the steadfast one, tells her, "Yourself is the world and all the worlds." It makes you wonder, doesn't it? If Will's idea is right, that our lives are acting out one big choice between good and evil. What's your defining choice? How does that choice shape the world around you, even if you don't want the world like Unwyrm did, but just want to live authentically in your own life?
And that raises another important question for all of us, I think. In a world where maybe every living thing is in some way a fold of something older, more powerful,
Yeah.
what does it truly mean to be yourself?
Yeah.
And if real leadership, or even just genuine humanity, means embracing the memories and burdens of all life, the good, the bad, the ancient, what does that ask of us as individuals? As we navigate our own complex choices, identities, and try to shape our own small worlds.